This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. I am your host, Ede. In today's game, we will be pitting Benchwarmer team of, I think we said Matt and Dan, versus Lux and Mason. So, welcome back, Mason.
Actually, probably David should go first because I have the team name. So,
oh, fine, David.
Let David go.
Remind us who you are, David.
I'm the simple farm boy. They said there might be some fun games going on, and I decided to show up and see if I can answer some questions. Oh, okay. Never mind then. I'm just disappointed you didn't call me McDLT, but I'm doing great, and Mason does have our team name, so I'm going to turn it over to Mason.
Yeah, and I'm doing okay. I had the joys of administering the ACT today. That was fun. Let me deal with that. Yeah. It's electronic now, so it's interesting. It's an adventure. And I also may have fractured my finger, maybe. We'll find out. So, yeah, all within a 24-hour period. All fun stuff. But besides that, our team name is inspired by an event that happened today. And there's a reference in there that David was surprised that I came up with. I did come up with this on my own. So our team name is Wilson's Castaways.
I don't get it.
Oh, well.
Is that how you hurt your finger? Did you get hit with a volleyball?
No.
Oh, okay.
Are there memes out there about Seattle people who really miss Russell Wilson? Just like, Castaway. Wilson! No? Okay, maybe not.
And that was Matt. Matt, how you doing?
I'm okay. We had come up with I'll let Dan give our team name, but the ones that we had passed on were Drunk NFL, because Mark Tauscher, Packers' former offensive lineman, today tweeted that the NFL is drunk today. So with all the craziness going on with Rodgers and with Wilson, and the other one, which was the Not So Wild Anymore, based off of Dan and I is wild.
We discussed this. We weren't going to talk about this.
Well, when you lose 8 out of 10, it's not all that ideal.
We don't discuss it. That's what happens when you lose 8 out of 10.
That's what you have to have the downs to get the ups. We got to, when things swing back and we crush
I've been a Minnesota
Colorado
fan long enough to know that it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be ups.
Listen, the Avalanche are in the middle of a skid here right before they play Carolina, so that's always fun. So, Dan, how you doing?
I was doing just great.
Minnesota still in first? No? All right, let's move.
They weren't ever. I mean, as far as I can.
Oh, don't say ever. You were pumping that to me back at Christmas time.
There was a minute there where they're in first, but yeah, I mean,
all this mention of pumping on the podcast. I don't know where this came from.
Listen, we love to pump here
because we're Hans and Franz. We like to pump you up, yeah.
Anyway, am I like letting the cat out of the bag by saying what our team name is and why we're going to be going with that? Or
go ahead, you can let the cat out of the bag.
Apparently we have a very special game tonight, and everything is going to be from around like the turn of the century, the 99, 2000. So tonight, because Matt and I are both from the great state of Minnesota, I didn't know if you knew that or not, but we don't mention it often. We're going to go with our team name of Forgive Me If It Goes Astray, because the great and wonderful Prince, Minnesota, 1999, it all seemed to fit.
There you go. And Dan did mention this is a special game. Everything is going to be covered between 99 and 2000. And why did I do that? Because Tom Brady retired. And this is going to be a before Brady game. So everything that happened right before Brady was a member of an active player in the NFL. And with that said, there's one question in here that is not sports related at all. So sorry.
Not sorry.
So let's kick it over to Dan for the rules.
We'll be starting off with the coin flip question to warm up the teams. This will be followed by 4 quarters of play, each with a different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions pertaining to sports. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
So it's time for the coin toss. And who's the youngest person here? Mason?
No, it's got to be Lux.
Okay, Lux is the youngest one here.
Okay, it's still up.
So it's going to be Mason and Lux. I'm going to give you guys the coin toss here. Today's coin toss is one 50-50 question worth 10 points. And what I want today is I want to know which team had more offensive touchdowns in the 1999 season, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the New England Patriots?
All right, Mason, what you got?
Good question. I don't know.
All right, well, in honor of Tom Brady, we should say the Patriots because the Bucs stunk, right?
Sure.
All right, we'll go with the Patriots. Check it in.
Okay, so the leading passer for the Buccaneers was Trent Dilfer. The leading rusher for the Buccaneers was Mike Allstott. And then we have the leading passer for the Patriots was Drew Bledsoe, and the leading rusher was Terry Allen. And with a difference of 3, we have the Buccaneers with 25 total touchdowns and the Patriots with 28. So 10 points going to Wilson's Castaways.
Wilson.
All right, heading into the first quarter, we have a score of Wilson's Castaways 10. And forgive me if this goes astray with a goose egg.
Before we get to the first quarter, we wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
And today's first quarter will be pre and post game.
Pre and post game. For this quarter, there will be 4 before and after style questions. For example, if I said, what all-time leader in receptions for the Indianapolis Colts was a Notre Dame safety drafted by the Minnesota Vikings, the answer would be Marvin Harrison Smith. Each question is worth 25 points.
So question 1 for the first quarter pre and post game. Stan's younger brother, who was an assistant under Patino and was a quarterback who made his final Pro Bowl in 1999 and is now a coach in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And I will paste that so you guys know that I said corner, not quarter.
Oh, I'm glad you enunciated that because I missed it the first read. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, we'll check in.
All right, Wilson's Castaways checked in. Forgive me if this goes astray. You guys can discuss the question.
All right, so Stan's younger brother's got to be Stan Gundy, right? So, or Van Gundy.
Van Gundy.
So, what was the other Van Gundy?
Jeff.
There you go. So, cornerback whose first name starts with D or is just D maybe?
Deion Sanders.
In 99?
He's a coach in the SWAC.
99? When was his rookie year? Is that right though? It seems like he's older than that, but maybe I'm wrong. Well, I mean, yeah, what are the chances of a D and then SWAC? So, yeah, we can go. So, Jeff Van Gundy, Deion Sanders.
And Wilson's Castaways, what do you got?
We had the same thing, same logic. Jeff Van Gundy we got to pretty quickly, and then Mason threw out Deion Sanders, and remember Jackson State. I was trying to remember if that was the name of the conference. I knew it was Jackson State. Couldn't remember if it was the name of the conference, but yep, Jeff Van Gundy, Deion Sanders.
Both teams getting their points. It is Jeff Van Gundy, Deion Sanders. Deion actually played until the year 2005 with the Ravens. He took 4 years off. He retired in 2000, came back in 2004 for another 2 years. Question number 2. Father to a current MLB star north of the border and was a goalie for the Blues who won 42 games in the 99-2000 season. He is not a dinosaur hunter.
We can check in.
Forgive me if this goes astray. Has checked in, and Wilson's Castaways can talk it out.
When we saw the first half, we started throwing out names of people because the Blue Jays are filled with guys who are sons of old major leaguers. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Craig Biggio. I think Bo Bichette is still there.
Right, yeah, of those, I would say Guerrero is the most star-like. The other ones are solid players, but Guerrero kind of took off.
Oh, it does say MLB star, right. So
that's where I would think for that one. But now we need something that starts with Rowe for a goalie for the Blues.
Yeah, what does the dinosaur hunter mean to you?
I don't know.
At first when he first read it, I thought he said crocodile hunter, so I was immediately went to Steve Irwin, and and I was thinking like that's not the same thing. There was a goalie. I'm not going to pull his name, but there was a goalie around that time, I think, whose name was Roman something. What was his name? God, I paid so little attention. I float in and out of hockey all the time. This was the Blues team that had Chris Pronger on it. He's not a goalie, though, to be clear.
All right, guys, I'm going to need an answer.
Just guess something dinosaur related because I don't know.
Yeah, okay. We're going to go with Vladimir Guerrero Tyrannosaurus. I got nothing. I can't think of his name.
I don't know.
He's not American. He's like Eastern European or something. I just can't place his name. I give up.
Okay, and over to, forgive me if this goes astray.
Believe it or not, we went back to front on this, which is crazy. That Blues team was fun. Al McInnes was on that team. I loved him. But you're thinking of Roman Turek, and then from there we got Vlad Guerrero. So it was Vlad Guerrero Roman Turek. I still have no idea what the dinosaur is.
So that's only I'll explain it anyway. So one team getting their points on this. The correct answer is Vladimir Guerrero Turek. And if you played video games in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, there was a video game called Turok, the Dinosaur Hunter.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you missed all of us in that one right there. I think
it's fine. I know there's one person that will listen to this that will get it, and you're welcome, Pete.
The sad thing is that for 1999, Mason would have been far too young to be playing video games, and I would argue been too old to be playing video games. All right, so
I would have been right in video game playing age, but not that game.
You had the Roman part. I thought you were going to get there when you said Tyrannosaurus.
I wasn't. Now that I've been banned from the Mind Palace, I'm not going to get those names anymore. So.
All right, question number 3. Dominican pitcher who played for 5 teams in his 13 seasons, earning 21 of his 89 career wins in 1999, and was a winger who would win 3 Stanley Cups in 3 different decades with 3 different teams, and led the league in assists in 99, 2000, and finished second in points to Jaromir Jagr.
We'll check in.
Wilson's Castaways checked in. Forgive me if this goes astray. You got about 8 seconds.
Okay, so I think we just have to go with it, Matt. But
yeah,
we're pretty sure that the pitcher is Jose Lima, and then Matt came up with Mark Recchi from that. So I think we don't have time to think of anything else. So let's go with it.
All right. So what's your answer?
I think we came up with Jose Lima Mark Recchi, however you say his name,
and Wilson's Castaways.
Yeah, we had the exact same. I would have thought that Jose Lima won more games than that, but maybe he spent too much time in the pen. But Jose Lima's name hit me, and I remember Mark Recchi because he played for the Hurricanes. In fact, I think the middle of his Stanley Cups might have been that in the question might have been with the Canes. So yeah, Jose Lima Mark Recchi.
Okay, both teams getting their points on this. The correct answer is Jose Lima Mark Recchi. Recchi did win in 91 with the Penguins, 2006 with the Hurricanes, and 2011 with the Bruins.
Oh, the Bruins. Okay.
That's a long span. How old was he when in the last?
43.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Question 4. First player ever drafted by an expansion team in 1995 and was a former Steelers offensive tackle who played with the first ever pick of that expansion team from 96 to 2000.
Mason and I will check in.
All right. Wilson's Castaways checked in, and the time is up. So I'm going to need an answer from the other gentleman as well.
Is there somebody named Lee?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. So, because we're pretty convinced that Tony Baselli was, I think it was the number 2 overall pick.
He was their first pick, and then the Panthers' first pick was Kerry Collins. So it's one of those 2. I think Baselli works better. So I can't think of somebody though.
I can't think of anybody now. No.
All right, then it's Tony Baselli versus Levi. Levon. Levon Hernandez.
Wait now, Levon Cersei.
There you go.
Or Leon Cersei.
Okay, there you go. Got it.
Wilson's Castaways.
So under the time that we were actually allotted, we got Tony Bassell, Leon Cersei. But if you want to accept that 1 minute past garbage from Matt, who absolutely always insists that people stay in time.
So, David, I'll give you a choice here. I can reject their answer because it was over the time limit and then add bonus points to the fourth quarter, or I can accept their...
You should absolutely give them their points. I'm just giving them a hard time. Okay. And not just because of the bonus points threat there. You're not scaring me with that, but I just think they should get points.
All right, both teams getting their points. The correct answer is Tony Bassell, Leon Cersei. And I believe everybody I used for this, except maybe Jeff Van Gundy, no, maybe it was Jeff Van Gundy, was involved in an All-Star game or Pro Bowl in 1999-2000. So that was a lot of work making sure that worked all together. So after the first quarter, we have a score of Wilson's Castaways with 85, and forgive me if this goes astray, with 100. Bringing us to today's second quarter. Let it ride or throw in the towel.
Let it ride or throw in the towel. For this quarter, there will be 4 questions in a given category that increase in difficulty. After each question, teams can decide to let it ride and attempt the next question, or throw in the towel and take the points they have accumulated to that point. Each question is worth 50 points. If a team answers incorrectly, they will lose half of their points accumulated in the quarter.
So what this is, I want the 1999 team leaders in each statistic that I ask for. So, for instance, like if I said the Dallas Cowboys leading rusher in 99, you would then say who it was. Make sense? Good. Question number 1. I want the Tennessee Titans sack leader from 1999.
Mm-hmm. That's the name I was thinking of.
Has to be. I just can't. Plus, it's a first round. So
I would say, don't overthink this, guys. These are supposed to be the easy ones.
Yep, we'll check in.
All right. Wilson's Castaways is checked in. Forgive me if this goes astray. You guys can talk about it.
Is this Javon Curse?
It's Javon Curse, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
We're going to check in with Javon Curse.
And Wilson's Castaway?
Yeah, it has to be Javon Curse. There's not really much to think about other than that. So that's what we checked in with.
All right, so the Titans in 1999, number 2 in sacks on the team was Eddie Robinson with 6. And number 1 was... Yes. And number 1 was Javon Curse with 14 and a half sacks. Both teams getting their points. All right, so the question is, do we want to let it ride or throw in the towel?
We're going to throw in the towel, right, Dan?
We're going to let it ride.
I go where you go, Matt.
We're going to let it ride, too. I think we can go within the second round.
All right, both teams moving on. Question number 2. In terms of receiving yards, I want the Denver Broncos leading receiver from 1999.
All right, we will check in.
Wilson's Castaways has checked in and is now up to, I forget your team name. Forgive me if it goes astray.
So
Dan said the name Smith and McCaffrey.
It's either Rod Smith or Ed McCaffrey. And Rod Smith was their number 1 receiver. I don't know if that meant that he had the most yards, but he was their number 1. So
let's go for it.
I bet it's awfully close, but we're locked in now. So we'll go Rod Smith.
Okay, Wilson's Castaway, what did you guys come up with?
We had the same conversation. We threw out the same 2 names and we went the same direction. So I guess we're either going to go on together or we're going to go down together. So yeah, we went with Rod Smith.
Okay. So 1 had 71 catches for 1,018 yards.
Uh-oh.
The other 79 catches for 1,020 yards.
Oh, come on. Come on.
This could have been a coin flip.
Coin flip question. I was just going to say the same thing.
What?
The correct answer is Rod Smith. Both teams getting their points.
Jeez.
Just glad we both said the same thing on that, or else that would have been.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm scared about question 3 now. It's gonna be 1 yard difference instead of 2.
All right, it has to be. It has to be if it's going to be a harder question than that one.
No. Not that was the only close one. I'll give you guys that.
Okay, then I think we should go on, Mason. I don't think we have any choice. These are all football, right? You're not going to suddenly throw in a hockey question, right?
It's all made up.
This is all football.
It's all football.
All right.
Football adjacent. It's a hockey
Both,
question.
Hockey players who played football.
both teams going to let it ride?
Yes.
we are.
All right. So this one's the Mason special. Too bad you weren't old enough. Leading passers or passer for the 1999 New Orleans Saints.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait, by passing yards or by passing rating? Yards. Okay. That was a fair question. Don't give me this.
Yards.
Okay. I'm glad you're not asking rating questions because those are baloney questions.
That's made up.
Hold on.
Oh my God, Mason. He's remembering. He was crawling on the ground.
No.
And he saw this name.
I was doing research before this. And hold on. Let me think about this.
I'm gonna. Okay, should I not say anything? Am I going to bother you if I say something?
No, it's fine.
He's going to the brain bayou. Give it a minute.
Exactly.
The brain bayou.
Okay, I'm going to say this. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Just you're gonna have to get me there. Hold on.
Yeah. I don't want to say anything else out loud.
Let's do that one, Dan, since you think that's makes sense for you.
We're going for yards, right?
I think you're right.
All right. We'll check in.
Forgive me if this goes astray. Has checked in.
And do forgive us if it goes astray.
It might.
I don't. If it's sorry. Go ahead. Say your thing. Are we let's talk it out?
Yeah, go ahead.
So if it's one of those two, it's not the second one.
Okay.
I'll be shocked. So I said to Mason. Mason started panicking a little bit, and I said I think this was around the time when would have been one of the Billy Joes.
And then that's what I remembered it was. I'm just trying to remember which one because you're right,
and I feel like if it is one of the Billy Joes, it has to be Tolliver. I don't know why it has to be, or it's Rod Smith. It's one of the.
I'm trying to think because I know I was literally looking at the second one for a clipboard captain, so that's why I was thinking about that recently.
Oh, interesting.
I'm pretty sure he started. The most he started in a season was like 6 or 7 games, and it may have been in '99.
But I think the Saints chewed their way through quarterbacks back then because I think both of the Billy Joes were there. I think they could have been when Jake Delhomme was there.
Jake Delhomme would have been there. Yep, that's right.
Is it possible that like when who was that Florida quarterback?
Danny Werfel.
Danny Werfel. He could have.
Yes.
He could have been there. Then I don't know. I'm pretty sure if it's one of the two though, I think it's Tolliver.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I was looking at the second one for a clipboard captain situation, and I just remember him starting. I think at most it was like 6 or 7. So it may have well been another season I'm thinking of. But if you feel better about the first one, I'm fine with it. I don't have.
The thing is, on that team, seven started games as a quarterback may have been the most.
Right, that's the thing. I don't know. I'm fine to defer with it because I don't have much on it other than that. I don't remember anything statistically for either one of them. So
yeah, I'm feeling Tolliver. I don't want to call you on a Saints thing. That doesn't seem right.
I mean, I was not cognizant of what was going on at that point. So I trust you on that. If that's where you're leaning, because I don't have anything much than the second name stood out more than the first, but that's not even a concrete way of thinking about it. So I'm fine with going with Tolliver if you want.
All right. We'll check in with Billy Joe Tolliver.
And forgive me if this goes astray. What did you guys check in with?
We just checked in with Billy Joe.
I wish we could have done that.
But as an aside, that team, that Saints team probably had the most Bayou sounding quarterbacks of all time. All three of them on that team. But yeah, we went with Billy Joe Tolliver as well.
Okay, so there were 6 players to attempt to pass for the Saints that season. Ricky Williams, Lamar Smith, Danny Werfel, Jake Delhomme, and then their 2 starters. Well, Delhomme started 2 games, but so one started 7 games and the other started 7 games. Both went 1-6. One Billy Joe threw for 970 yards. The other Billy Joe threw for 1,916 yards. The correct answer is Billy Joe Tolliver. Both teams getting their points.
I thought it was going to be Billy Joe McAllister.
I got it.
All right. So
Of
the
course
question
Mason
is,
got that.
I got the Bobby Gentry reference. Yes, thank you.
question is, are we going to let it ride or throw in the towel?
Matt, I go where you go.
I don't. What's he going to ask next?
I will follow you.
Punting
Wherever you may
yard
go.
leader.
Kick return yards for.
Yeah, kick return yard leader for. Yeah, I don't know.
Mitch Berger.
Let's do it. Who cares?
All right.
So I got one moving on.
Well, they do it. We do it. I guess we're supposed to decide in a vacuum, but we're going.
All right. Both teams going on to question 4. So in terms of yards, David, I want the rushing leader for the Buffalo Bills in 1999.
So we're going to go ahead and check.
We're checked in.
All right. Forgive me if this goes astray. Has checked in. David, how you feeling?
Oh, my head hurts. So this is the way I'm thinking about this. I don't think Thurman Thomas lasted that long, and he wouldn't be a number 4 answer on it, especially coming from Eid on a let it ride kind of round. Then I thought of Antoine Smith, but I don't think he lasted that long. So I was trying to think of guys that just sort of, and this was obviously before like a McGahee or Travis Henry came along. So I think it's somebody who sort of did one of these like out of nowhere, probably led them only 1 year. And the first name that I came up with was this guy from UNC, and I'm just blanking on his name. The first thing I said to Mason is it's something like Lipton, but then I was like, no, that's the iced tea. And then Mason came back with Liston, and I was like, it's closer, but it's still the wrong.
I'm just trying to help you because I have nothing on this.
So I'm going to need an answer, guys.
I think it's wait. It's Linton. It's Linton. We're checking in with Linton. Yes, is that all right with you?
I'm sure. I have nothing. I gave you Doug Flutie in the beginning.
I just feel like it's got to be some obscure guy, and I feel like that would satisfy. So, like, I say we check in with Linton.
Yeah, because I've never heard of him, unless it's related to Hal Linden, but probably not. So
no, not so much.
Okay, then, go ahead and check in.
Mason bringing up Hal Linden.
Yes.
What in the world?
Because Barney Miller is great.
Okay. Oh, cripes. All right, and forgive me if this goes astray. What do you guys have?
Well, I hope you're right, David, because I had it down to Antoine Smith and Jonathan Linton and rolled a die, and it came up Linton. So that's what we checked in with.
All right. So with 614 yards, we have Antoine Smith. With 695 yards, we have Jonathan Linton. But most people don't realize Doug Flutie liked to run the ball.
No.
And he's only had 476. So the correct answer is Jonathan.
The first thing that Mason did was he sent me, "How about Doug Flutie?" And I was like,
obvious,
but no,
but not obvious.
If that would have been the answer, that would have been a coup.
I was worried for most.
I know for a second he had me.
Yeah, Jonathan Linton was in the league for 3 years. He had 1 year with 695 yards and didn't crack 200 the other 2 years. So after the second quarter, we have a score of Wilson's Castaways with 285 and, forgive me if this goes astray, 300. And that will bring us to halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions pertaining to sports, with each question worth 25 points.
Halftime question number 1. Super Bowl 34, the last Super Bowl before Tom Brady. The halftime show featured Christina Aguilera Tony Braxton, Enrique Iglesias, and Phil Collins. What financial service company sponsored the Super Bowl 34 halftime show? They were best known for their Super Bowl ads that ran from 2008 to 2014 and made a return in 2022 during a Super Bowl 56 ad.
We can lock in. We can check in.
Forgive me if this goes astray. It's checked in. I forgot your team name. Wilson's Castaways. What you got?
I don't have much of anything. The first thing I came out with was E-Trade because that was the E-Trade baby. But I don't know.
I don't think that goes back that far.
That's why. I that was about the right time, 2008, 2014. But I don't know if they would have been around long enough to do sponsorship for 34.
Well, it's not crypto.
It's the crypto.com commercial where it just the QR code bounces for a minute. Yeah.
I was so waiting for that thing to hit the corner of the screen.
That was the appeal of it, right? It's just waiting nostalgically, like the DVD or VCR screen, around hit it.
So I mean, I'm kind of thinking E-Trade might not be ridiculous. Was the E-Trade baby? Because actually, he didn't say they ran from 2008 to 2014. He doesn't say because the baby doesn't go back that far, but the baby could go back to 2008. It's possible.
Did they have an ad in 2022? I don't remember.
I feel like they did. The thing that's giving me a little bit of pause is it would make sense that 1999 was right in the .com day where you could say if you had anything, you just got $100 million in VC money. I saw that's happening all around me. So E-Trade would make sense. It certainly makes sense that they would have launched around there, and people were just the pets.com ad. It was all these dumb .com ads back in the day. E-Trade makes sense. Now since you mentioned that, I'm thinking about it. I can't get off of it. So
I mean, that's the only thing I could think of as far as a Super Bowl ad that was memorable, especially around that time. But I mean, I just remember the baby. So that's all I guess.
Let's do it. All right, we'll check in. E-Trade.
Okay, and forgive me if this goes astray.
David can't get off of E-Trade.
I was just going to say the same thing.
The E-Trade baby absolutely made an appearance during 56. Absolutely did. It was the E-Trade.
All right, both teams getting their points. Correct answer is E-Trade. Question number 2 is going to be an odd one out. So how that works is you'll get 6 choices. One of them does not match the category, and I'll need to know which one that is. So which of these athletes was not featured on a Wheaties box in 1999? And the list is Mia Hamm, Ken Griffey Jr., Muhammad Ali, Mary Lou Retton, Billy Elliot, and The Rock. David wanted clarification. I said Billy. It's Bill Elliot. I'm sure people called him Billy, but whatever.
Billy Elliot was a...
Yeah, I was going to say
was a ballet dancer. Yes,
that's what I was like.
That I think
maybe he was on a Wheaties box. We don't know
exactly.
That's why I was making sure. I was like, is this someone else that I'm confusing him with? But okay, that's fine.
Let's go with that one. It's a crapshoot in my opinion.
You'll check in. Did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Forgive me if this goes astray. He's checked in.
So
whatever your team name talks about.
We're going to talk it out really fast here. So I think Ken Griffey is right in the wheelhouse of the right time. Ali and Mary Lou Retton obviously hit their strides way before this. Mary Lou Retton was 1984 LA Olympics, but they could have easily been recycled boxes. The only name that I could think of that I feel like would have been too early to be on a box would have been The Rock, and I'm wondering whether he. Maybe there was a different wrestler or something and he's playing games, but my guess would be The Rock. Are you all right with that? And Mia Hamm by the way, Mia Hamm makes sense because 1999 was the year of the Women's World Cup with Brandi Chastain. Oh, wait a minute. No. Mia Hamm would have been on a box because she was the big star at the time. So that could have been before the Olympics because Brandi Chastain was on a box. I actually remember that. I think I even had that in the house. Okay, so let's go with The Rock. You all right with that?
Yeah, I didn't have anything strong on it. So
all right, we smell what The Rock is cooking. Check it in.
Okay, and forgive me if this goes astray.
Without nearly as much reason. we also said The Rock. I mean, Matt, we were thinking there's some of these. I mean, make sense. Some of them. Why else would he name them? Why would he name Billy Elliot if Billy Elliot wasn't on the
Billy Elliot
on the box?
Busy dancing.
And now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Stone Cold Steve Austin was on a Wheaties box close to around then.
That would make sense.
So, yeah, The Rock makes sense. So that's what we went with.
Okay, so both teams getting their points. Yeah, I basically just took one wrestler off and put another one on. But others to have a Wheaties box in 99 were that I did leave off were, who is this? Barry Sanders, Troy Aikman, Lance Armstrong, Joe Torre. So question number 3 of the halftime is my one. I apologize. It's not a sports question. Sports adjacent? Sure.
Oh, boy.
Tom Brady was drafted on April 16th of the year 2000, which, fun fact, I don't know if people know this, Bill Belichick's birthday. It was his 48th birthday today he drafted Tom Brady.
Happy birthday, Bill.
What was the number one song in the United States at the time Tom Brady was drafted? I'll even give a hint. It's this artist's second number one hit in as many years, and it would be number one for 10 weeks starting on April 8th. And since everybody loves bonus points, I'll give an extra 25 points if you can tell me what the number one movie was also.
Oh, geez. This is like 90% a crapshoot, right? We don't know this.
That's the best we've come up with yet. Now, what was the number one movie in the country?
Oh, geez.
I know one person that would know this without even thinking.
Neil Fisher?
Neil
Yeah.
Fisher
Scott Grimes? Oh.
Scott might know, yeah, but Neil would just be like, "Oh, he'll tell you everything about it."
I feel like Scott would know the song. That was where I was going.
I'm sure.
Check in with my answer for the first part.
All right, we'll check in. Go ahead.
Answers,
All right.
somebody.
Okay, so we're going to give you where our head is. When you said this artist had a number one song in 1999 also, my head went to Santana and Smooth, and then we talked about different Santana songs and eventually settled on Maria Maria. And for a movie, I was trying to remember things like what year Matrix came out, but I think that was actually 1999. And this is tough because it's spring, so it's not even a freaking summer blockbuster. So I'm going to randomly guess Erin Brockovich. Because that was around when Erin Brockovich came out. It would have been like a spring movie. And so we're going to guess Erin Brockovich.
All right.
How's that?
And forgive me if this goes astray, your answer.
Yeah, so we thought that the number one hit that this band had in 99 would have been No Scrubs. And in 2000, we said it was Say My Name from TLC. And we also are going with Erin Brockovich.
What? Wow.
That was the one I messaged Jen. I said, I don't know, Erin Brockovich?
I'm pretty sure Say My Name is
just Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child.
Oh, is it? I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I was about to say-
name, whatever.
But anyway, one team is getting points. No bonus points for anybody. But one team is getting points. The correct answer is Maria Maria.
Hey, I don't know. We stumbled our way there.
We just because we threw the Hail Maria.
And the movie actually shares a name with a TV show starring one David Puddy. And it's Rules of Engagement.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah.
You could have given me 50 guesses. I don't think I would have come around to that.
Okay, so I went to right around that time, I was moving out of my apartment, moving into a new one, but we had a 1-day window where we didn't have a house. We didn't have a place to live. So we went to the Buck Theater. And for
at the Dirt Mall?
For $5, watched all 5 movies that they had playing there that day. And Rules of Engagement was one of them. And Erin Brockovich was one of them as well. So
after halftime, we have a score. Forgive me if this goes astray with 350. Wilson's Castaways 360. So there has been a lead change.
Ooh, so if it's lucky sevens,
And
Dan,
why
No.
would I point out if there's a lead change? Because today's third quarter. I'm sorry. Now on to the second half.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at BenchwarmersTP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
And today's third quarter is going to be lucky sevens.
Lucky 7. For this quarter, there will be 3 lists containing 7 items. The team that is trailing coming into the quarter will choose the first list and attempt to identify the items on this list one at a time. If the team has an incorrect guess, the other team can attempt to finish that list out. The team leading at the beginning of the quarter will select the second list, and whichever team is trailing after the first 2 lists will get the third list. Each item is worth 10 points.
Son of a gun.
not luxy sevens.
Well, that's great.
Son of a volleyball. Damn it.
So, the 3 lists to pick from are the career leading rushers who made their professional debut in 1999, Major League slugging percentage leaders from 1999, and the third list is kind of a choice, so whoever does get the third list can pick either A or B. And since it's a hockey one, that's why I give you 2 choices. So I either want the only players from the 1999 NHL draft to make an all-star team, or the top European countries that were most drafted from 1999. So this goes to, forgive me if this goes astray, gets to pick the first list.
I'm more comfortable. Honestly, I'm more comfortable with baseball than.
Okay. Well, then let's do that. I mean, you're probably going to be more helpful on that one than I will be, though. So,
All right. So which one are you going with?
we're going to go with the
Slugging percentage leaders.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
can check in then.
Forgive me if this goes astray. It's checked in and hit me with your answers.
All right. So Mark McGuire.
With a .697 slugging percentage, Mark Warrior is number 2.
Sammy Sosa.
With a .635 slugging percentage, Sammy Sosa is number 4.
Larry Walker.
With a .710, Larry Walker is number 1.
Manny being Manny Ramirez.
With a .663, Manny Ramirez is number 3.
Chipper Jones.
With a .633, Chipper Jones is number 5.
Rafael Palmeiro.
With a .630, Rafael Palmeiro is number 6.
Whew.
Eddie.
All right. Now, Matt, which one do you want between those last 2?
I mean, the first one I know for sure had a higher batting average, but I don't know about the rest of the numbers with him.
Pick one, man.
Contact hitter. Go with yours.
All right. We'll say Juan Gonzalez.
With a .601, Juan Gonzalez is number 9.
Oh, well.
So that leaves one answer left for Wilson's Castaways.
So I was jotting down names before of guys that I thought were hot around then. They said, and I'll let you pick. They said Juan Gonzalez. I was glancing at this list not that long ago. I think Nomar is pretty high, actually. I don't know if he's that high. Brian Giles was pretty high back then. That doesn't sound good. Vlad Guerrero would be another one that would be pretty high up there. Now I'm trying to remember who the other steroid guys were. It's too early for Bonds. I don't know. I mean, do you have a preference? Guerrero, Garcia Parra, Giles? I can only throw out G names.
Yeah, I don't have any preferences. So whatever's sticking out to you, I'm fine with because I don't have much for this.
I don't know. Nomar. We'll guess Nomar. We'll check in with Nomar.
All right, with a 603 slugging percentage, Noma is number 8.
Damn it all. Sorry, Mason.
So everybody was mentioned. Vlad Guerrero was number 10 with a 600.
Yeah, that was the other one that we were debating with Vlad Guerrero versus Gonzalez.
And with a 614, number 7, Brian Giles.
I never thought of Giles.
All right, so that means Wilson's Castaways get to pick list number 2.
Well, I think talk to David, but pretty sure we're going to go with the rushers because I don't.
You know what, Mason?
Really?
This is going to sound weird, but I think I have a better shot at I just tried to jot down running backs that I was sure debuted in 1999, and that's hard. And I feel like, well, okay, do you want to game this or not? Because we were up 10, they got 6, they're now up 50. They're now up 50, right? So if you want the running backs, we could play the game of wait. What happens if it's tied going into the third question? I have to know.
It's the team. The way we've done this past, if it's tied, it's the team who is down going into the round who gets the third one.
Okay.
So Mason, if you want the question, we could do the hockey, and we could shut off the valve.
And only get 4 correct.
We'd have to because if we get 5, no, because you're up 50 at this point, right? We'd have to get 4 correct. That's correct. Right. Yeah, sorry.
And then we could just tank the rest of it. So.
Yeah. No, but you could.
Oh no, we wouldn't take it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we couldn't take it.
All right, what do you go with?
Because I actually, Mason, it's up to you. I think I'm pretty confident I could get 6. I could certainly get 5, and I'm pretty confident I could get 6 hockey countries, European countries, because I think it's the standard cast of characters, country-wise.
So what are you proposing then, if that's the case? So we take hockey one?
Okay. We could go running backs because I'm not sure we're going to get more than that anyway. So, okay, let's do the running backs. Let's do the running backs because I think if we only get 4 running backs, we'll be in the same position anyway. And then okay, you're right. We should take the running backs because it's actually the harder question. All right, we'll take the running backs.
Yeah,
we'll take the running backs.
Career leading rushers of players who made their professional debut in 1999.
All right, we'll just go ahead and go for it. You ready?
Ready when you are.
All right, we'll start with James.
With 12,246 yards. Edgerrin James is number 1.
And then we'll go with My Kingdom for a Horse, Ricky Williams.
With 10,009 yards, Ricky Williams is number 2.
Okay, going well so far. Staying in my backyard, Kevin Falk.
3,607 yards. Kevin Falk is number 3.
Oh, okay. So that we were right about this then.
Yeah, no, but this shows you what the fall off is.
Okay, so we're good with the last name then, and we'll hope then it might be on there if that's the case. So we're gonna go with Donovan McNabb
with 3,459 yards. Donovan McNabb is number 4.
Wow.
Well,
all right. Wave the flag.
That was where around what we thought it was. So, I don't think we have anything else. I think we'll just take our 40 points and call it a list because we weren't even expecting to get the 4th one. So, yeah, we're good. We'll pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. We'll just pass. We don't have anything else. So.
All right, so that leaves 5 through 7 left for. Forgive me if this goes astray.
Good luck, guys.
Are we supposed to be thinking of European countries now? I thought we were talking about that.
No, you got to finish our list first.
I'm confused. We have another one here first. Okay, all
right. I
have no idea.
I don't know where this came from, but I think Olandis Gary debuted that year.
See, like this is reaching names, finding names is tough enough, let alone finding names of people who debuted in a specific year, I am just this is way. I have zero clue on any of this business. So
Matt, we beat our heads against the wall for 5 minutes plus the time that you were doing your baseball one, and we came up with 4 names. Okay, so I hear you.
Probably aren't there. But.
Can we go with Olandis Gary?
No, of course
No?
I don't
Okay.
know. Of course, yeah, I don't know.
All right,
Sure.
Olandis Gary.
With 1,998 yards, Orlando Scary is number 8.
Oh, wow.
Where was Culpepper on there?
2,652 yards. Dante Culpepper is number 5.
We actually had him down. Nicely done. Nicely done. We
Well, I was
actually
thinking
had
McNabb.
him.
McNabb, Culpepper led me right there because I knew it was about the right time.
That means
Numbers-
Aaron Brooks is probably up there too.
Number 6 with 2,140 yards, Jeff Garcia. And I apologize because I said professional career, but I believe he played in the CFL, so his NFL career.
Oh, that's why you said it that way.
Yeah.
I knew something was up, but I couldn't figure out what someone was out for a year or something. I didn't know, but I knew something had to do with that.
And number 7, if somebody got this, I would have patted them on the back because I would have appreciated that. With 2,137 yards, Amos Zaraway.
You know what? I remember him, but it would have
send
taken
me a Venmo,
$5,
boys.
$5
Yeah.
right there.
Who?
Oh no! Wait for this. So number 9 with 1,751 yards, Stacy Mack. And this is the best. This is the whole
You meant
reason I put
Kevin
this.
Mack, right?
No.
You mean Return of the Mac?
So the whole reason I put this list together is because of number 10, 1,231 yards. Anybody?
Tom Brady.
This is before Brady.
No,
before Brady. Oh, that's right. It's 99. Sorry. Yeah.
Matt Hasselbeck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, awesome.
Good Lord.
So let me. You gotta get a 4.
All right, Mason.
and a 0.
I've got 8 countries ready to go.
Okay.
Seriously.
So question number 3 is going to go to. Now that let's go to a score update. It's forgive me if this goes astray with 410. Wilson's Castaway 400. So the final list goes to Wilson's Castaways. So which one are you going with?
We're definitely going to take the countries.
All right. So I want the top 7 European countries with the most drafted players in the 1999 NHL draft. Let me know when you're ready.
We're going to check in.
All right. Wilson's Castaways, hit me with your answers.
Okay. Czech Republic.
With 18 players, Czech Republic, number 3.
Sweden.
With 23 players, Sweden is number 2.
Finland.
With 18 players, Finland is tied for number 3.
Russia.
With 27 players, Russia is number 1.
So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 right now, but not in the right order. But I did get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Okay. Then Slovakia.
With 12 players, Slovakia, number 5, which is technically 4, but there's 2 at 3.
Wait a minute. Okay, so we dropped that one because you said it's not in Europe. Okay, so after Slovakia, so Switzerland.
With 3 players, Switzerland is number 7.
Ooh. Okay. Then the last one, I'm following. Mason, I'm crossing my fingers on you here. We're going to say Austria.
With only 2 players, Austria is tied for 8th.
Oh, bummer. Oh, anyway.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I hope I didn't.
No. I whatever. There's a very real chance that wasn't it anyway. Okay. Cool.
So
I'm
there's
happy
one
with that.
left. One left for forgive me if this goes astray.
Did they say Romania?
No, but I don't think that's going to be one of them.
Why not?
I can't think of a hockey player from Romania.
Nadia Comaneci.
I think we're thinking up in the Balkans. Not the Balkans.
I was going to say Romania.
We're not thinking in the Balkans.
What are you talking
No,
about?
we're thinking up in the Baltic states, like
Latvia,
Latvia,
Lithuania, Estonia,
something like that. Belarus,
Okay.
maybe.
Belarusian, 1999 Belarus. I don't know
I think I like Latvia more than anybody else for what we've.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I really think Latvia is our.
does Norway doesn't have? I guess.
No,
I mean, yeah. Okay, so you're thinking it's Latvia?
I think Latvia is our best bet.
Lithuania is in the southernmost, then Estonia
Yeah.
middle, and then Latvia northern.
No, Latvia's in the middle, but I don't think Estonia has many. Latvia has better Olympic hockey teams.
Let's do that then. Go ahead.
All right, we'll go with Latvia.
All right. So
This doesn't bode well.
No.
Austria is tied with Belarus and Latvia with 2 players at number 8. So I am curious, Mason and David, what did you have for your one that you discounted?
We decided not to go with Kazakhstan because Mason convinced me that Kazakhstan was in Asia, and I was remembering that Kazakhstan somehow spanned or straddled Asia and
Kazakhstan's
Europe.
on the other side of the Caspian Sea. There's no way that's in Europe.
That's why I didn't think it was, but
I swore that there was.
Well,
no, that's why we dropped it. So
Yeah,
with 5 players, Kazakhstan is number 6 because it does span between Asia and Europe.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I would have known
You're good,
that. I
you're
would have
good.
said Kazakhstan too, but we
Yeah.
wouldn't have gotten the chance.
no, Mason, you're good. You're good. It actually.
I'm about to
all comes
look
on
at
the
that
wash.
because
Unless Wikipedia is wrong.
I didn't think so. Partly in Eastern Europe, yeah. I'm looking for the border, but I guess it is.
Because Russia is technically in both Asia and Europe.
Right,
so
and I
is
guess the
Kazakhstan.
We know Russia is, yeah.
Wow, I learned something new because I did not think that.
Yeah, you had me. I was double checking it as you guys were talking. I'm like, tell me that I was wrong, and I just wanted to make sure, but I was not. So I'm good.
Cool.
All
Sorry,
right.
David.
No. Oh God, no. Don't worry about it. Good. I think we did well enough there.
So after the third quarter, we have a score of, forgive me if this goes astray, with 410 and Wilson's Castaways 460. And that brings us to today's fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
The categories for today are as follows: Heartbreaker, which is heartbreaking losses; Wild Wild West, which is going to be the NBA; Angel of Mine will be Major League Baseball; and Bills will be the NFL. It is now time for the teams to place their wagers. Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. Question 1 in the category Heartbreaker. The 1999 Stanley Cup Finals featured the Buffalo Sabres and the Dallas Stars. The Stars had a 3-2 lead in the series heading into Game 6. The Stars would win the game and the Cup in triple overtime 2-1, thanks to a controversial goal by Brett Hull. Name either of the other goal scorers in this heartbreaking Cup final game. One, a 3-time Selke winner, and the other was a trade deadline acquisition by the Sabres, who would 4 years later be traded to Dallas.
That's absolutely it. We can check in.
Okay.
Forgive me if this goes astray. Has checked in Wilson's Castaways. You got 20 seconds to talk it out.
Okay, so I'm at the name any players that you can on the Stars or the Sabres mode, and the names I came up with Nieuwendyk, which I don't think fits, Matt Madonna, which I'm not even sure of the timing of him. It's obviously not Hall because he was mentioned. I know both goalies. I'm pretty sure it was Belfour and Hasek. The only other name that I had was Stu Barnes, and I can't remember anything about him. I just know the name because I don't even know why I know the name. Maybe because he played for somebody that I followed, because I think he might have been on the Sabres. I have no reason to believe that he scored that goal.
At least it's the name. I don't have anything insightful on this, so you want to try it, that's fine. If you want to just come up with something else, I have nothing. I have nothing.
I mean,
on this.
Johnson doesn't work in the NHL, right? We can't do like
yeah.
We might as well guess Barnes. I don't know if that name is standing out because I actually was reading something earlier because I was trying to remind myself what happened in 1999. All right, I guess we'll check in with Barnes. I honestly don't. Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, and would you wager?
51.
Okay, and forgive me if this goes astray. Your answer and wager, please.
Matt, I think they backed into it. I think Barnes is the other one.
I think you're probably right.
Really?
I think it is. That makes sense because he ended up with the Stars. But I asked Matt if he could remember the last name of a Finnish winger that was drafted by the North Stars right before they left. I could not come up with it. And
I think it's Littinen. Is that how you say it?
I think it's Lettinen, but yeah.
Lettinen, but yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But
so,
but
and when he said
we
Finnish, and I was like, well, that's a Finnish name. So, yeah.
But that's who we checked in with was Lettinen. I think it's like Yeri or something like that. But
and he would have been the defensive forward, I guess, he would have been the Saki Award winner.
And for 100 points.
The goal scorer for the Sabres was Stu Barnes. So you guys backed into that. And part of one of the greatest little nickname things ever. It was weird. I want to say Chris Berman did it. I'm not positive. But he made a joke because the Stars had a defenseman named Daryl Sador, and he said, "Open Sador and letting in." So, so the correct answer is Yuri Lettinen. All right. Question number 2, category Wild West. The San Antonio Spurs cruised their way to the NBA Finals in 1999, losing only one game. What Western Conference team is the only one team to defeat the Spurs in the 1999 playoffs? I'm not counting the actual finals because, newsflash, they lost one game in the finals as well.
We can check in.
Oh, jeez.
Wilson's Castaways checked in. Forgive me if this goes straight. Talk it out.
Played the Lakers in the conference finals. And they won 4-0 there. So it happened before that.
They played the Blazers at some
point. They did play the
They played the Trailblazers first, or were they in the second round?
Wait, no, that was the conference finals. They played the Lakers the round before that.
That was the Scottie Pippen Trailblazers. Yep, and they played the Lakers, and then the year before, and then the round before that, they played the Lakers, and they beat the Lakers. But did they beat them? Did they sweep them? Wait, did they lose? They didn't lose any to the Trailblazers, did they?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah, because I remember watching in a video about Scottie Pippen about how they got...
No, Matt, it was the Wolves. In the first round. They went 1-1 against them, and then they lost the... My gosh. Yes.
With Wally. That was Wally's rookie year.
Yes.
And that was... You want to say it? Stop wasting
it was the
time, please.
Timberwolves for 100.
For 100.
My goodness.
I was about to break my computer. All right, and Wilson's Castaways. What's your answer and wager?
100 points. We had the Garnett, Terrell Brandon, T-Wolves. Yep.
Both teams getting their points.
What was his nickname, Matt?
Pop and Stop.
Yeah, there you go.
Stop and Pop.
Stop and Pop.
Oh, my God. All right, question number 3, category Angel of Mine. The Anaheim Angels in 1999 had a nice roster of players that included Mo Vaughn, Troy Glaus, Randy Velarde, Tim Salmon, and Troy Percival. But it didn't lead to many wins. They finished 4th in the West with a record of 70-92. Who was the opening day pitcher for the Angels in 1999?
Oh, jeez. We're going to check it in.
Yeah. Oh, no.
All right. Forgive me if this goes astray. Has checked in. Wilson's Castaways. Talk it out.
David, talk it out.
This is going to be hard. I gave Mason some names of people that I think were in the Angels rotation in 1999. The names that I came up with were Chuck Finley, who seems too obvious, only because it's an Eid game, and I feel like it wouldn't be that obvious. I think Ken Hill was in the rotation then. There was some guy named Sparks, and the other guy that I was in the rotation was Tim Belcher. For some reason, I want to guess that the answer is that Tim Belcher snuck up. It's either going to be Belcher or Finley. So that's almost for sure. Mason, do you have any inkling for anything?
I think it's best summed up with the message I sent you, quote, "I don't have anything to contribute." So that's where I will leave it, and you can pick any name that has ever existed in the history of mankind, and I will be fine with it.
All right. Well, I kept dice around for exactly this reason.
All right.
Tim Belcher.
How many points?
100 points.
And forgive me if this goes astray. Answer and wager, please.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we were between Finley and Belcher, and we thought it was Belcher too, because again, we thought Finley was also kind of an obvious one, so we went with Tim Belcher for 100.
No drama here. The correct answer is Tim Belcher, so both teams getting their points. Finley did win the most games for the Angels that year. He went 12-11. I think Belcher went 6-8. Question number 4, the final question of the game. Category Bills. The Buffalo Bills last season before Tom Brady was the last time they would make the playoffs before starting their 17-year playoff drought. Eric Moulds led the team in receiving touchdowns. Besides Moulds and the previously mentioned Jonathan Linton, 6 other Bills caught a touchdown in 1999. And since this is the last question, I want more than one answer. So name 4 of the 6.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding? Wait a minute. Okay. Okay.
See, here's the thing. David likes to this hurts so bad, and then
he always
reaches
gets one right
deep into his ass and to the left and pulls it out. He's like, yeah.
You said receiving, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, receiving.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Giving, receiving.
Giving touchdowns, yes.
All right, let's do it. Why not?
Let's go for it. Okay.
Forgive me if this goes astray. Has checked in. Wilson's Castaways. What do you got?
We're hoping that Andre Reed is legitimate. We're hoping Thurman Thomas is still around. I threw out Peerless Price, and I'm really blanking. I mean, there's no doubt a tight end in there, and Eid, forgive me, I cannot place a tight end with the Bills in 1999.
Nor should you.
Well, but it would seem viable that there was at least one tight end that caught a touchdown somewhere in there. So if we don't have anything else, then I would go Reed, Thomas, Peerless Price, and Antoine Smith.
So maybe a fullback that they had that maybe caught one.
I would just go Antoine Smith just because I don't remember him catching a receiving touchdown. I don't remember him not catching a receiving touchdown, but he was certainly on the team. He certainly rushed for him already. Yeah. Right. And maybe he's the answer here because it's not Linton. He had to have been the second receiver on the team. I honestly, Mason, I'm sorry to sort of come up short in the fourth question, but Antoine Smith would be a guess.
How dare you, David? How dare
you not have the
you?
1999 Buffalo Bills roster memorized from top to bottom?
We might have to reevaluate his status on the bench. I'm just saying here. You know,
I'm going to go. I think Mason. I think we go Reed, Thomas, Price, and Smith, and I won't even specify for the outside chance.
There may be another one that maybe got there. Who knows? Sure.
And if that doesn't work, we could try for Boudereau. Or what was the name of New Orleans that?
Thibodeau,
right? Exactly.
Billy Joe Smith.
We're gonna end our torture maybe and check in with Reed, Thomas, Price, and Smith for 100 points.
Okay, and forgive me if this goes astray. Your answer and wager, please.
So we also said Peerless Price. We felt that was probably safe. We also hoped that Thurman Thomas and Reed both were still around and catching at least a touchdown. So we said their names. I do, however, remember who the tight end on that team was, because I had him on a few teams as a backup tight end, and that would be, because I loved his name, Jay Miersma. So I'm assuming he probably caught at least one or two. So we went with Price, Thomas, Reed, and Remiersma for 100.
So Thurman Thomas did catch a touchdown. Andre Reed caught a touchdown. Peerless Price caught a few. Bobby Collins caught a couple.
Who?
Mason, you were on the right track for a minute when you said fullback. Sam Gash caught a touchdown.
It's an unfortunate name.
And the last one, former Michigan quarterback Jay Remersma caught a touchdown.
No, what was the name again? I talked over you. Say it again.
Jay Remersma. So one team getting their points on this. Points go to
1999 fantasy football for the win on this one.
So this game has come to an end, and here are the final scores. With 611 points, we have Wilson's Castaways and today's clipboard captains of the game, who will be receiving the Billy Joe Hobart Award, goes to Forgive Me If This Goes Astray. Congratulations.
Man, it didn't go astray.
Guess not.
Nope.
Well, I'd like to thank Dan, because he did 90% of the lifting here. So
Matt was ordering airline tickets, and
I was.
You got me letting in, though.
Which
was big.
I was uploading audio files to video files while ordering airline tickets and drinking a drink that was an unfortunate beverage, but that's okay.
Oh, well, speaking of uploading video files, we're now on YouTube. If anybody would like to subscribe and help us out. I'm still a little upset with the search engines on these darn doggone sports trivia. We don't come up, but a video about animal trivia came up instead. So
I take like all the videos with all the meta tags that you're supposed to do, and it doesn't work.
Just sports trivia. You scroll for days, won't find us. So just search Benchwarmers Trivia. That'll pop us up on the YouTube, as the older people like to say. You just put the word "the" in front of stuff, like the interwebs and the pot, the meth.
And if Google. I could beg everyone out there, we get like 400 or 500 people listen to this podcast every episode. Please go to YouTube and just subscribe to the channel. I mean, you don't have to watch the videos. Just please go and subscribe and help our little algorithm out a little bit, please.
If we hit 400 subscribers, Mason will do the one chip challenge with me. I guarantee it.
He's already said he will.
If
he denies it now,
I mean, 400 subscribers, Mason, we're in.
Don't they like we will post a video in in Louisiana, right? Spicy food, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a thing.
Yeah, see, I got 6 of them. I can mail them out to everybody.
I'll do it.
Just have it.
I'm growing out the beard because of a future sponsor we have coming out, because I cannot wait to use a beard trimming device for a future sponsor that we'll have on.
I'm more concerned about Grizzly Adams show.
I want to trim other parts of my body with it.
Whoa.
Be careful with that.
My ears. I was talking about my ears. Sponsor coming soon. We're very excited about this. But again, YouTube. We're on YouTube. We're on TeePublic. We're on Facebook. We're on Grindr.
TeePublic.
We're on
When does
OnlyFans? We have our OnlyFans account up. We'll be putting stuff up there soon.
If you're interested in getting a t-shirt or any kind of merchandise, we have TeePublic does have often 30 to 35% off multiple times per month or within the month. So this episode probably won't come out until April. So we'll have to post on the socials about when TeePublic has that out in April.
Yeah. Just stop putting an S on it. You're confusing people, Matt.
TeePublic.
Thank you.
Did I say Publix?
I thought he was ending it with an X.
Publix.
Publix,
the grocery store.
Like the grocery store? Yeah.
They only sell t-shirts.
Or the
I thought
hairs.
Or golf tees.
I thought he was using an apostrophe S.
It's
so I
either
don't know
T
if-
Publix or Piggly Wiggly. It's one or the other. I don't know. So
Listen, I can't wait to use this new hair trimmer on my Publix hairs. Let's go. Anyway,
Yes, I would like to say that was a great game, but it was hard. I think we did collectively pretty well. I think we got lucky on a few questions. Not the last one, but we hit some guys who really know 1999 well. So
there you go.
Mason, great playing with you as always.
not
Well
some
written
guys.
game.
We have
Dan.
4 of the oldest people
Dan.
on the podcast.
and Eric.
That's right.
All right.
We suffered because our average age is lower than our opponents.
Mason's 63. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, David, what are you talking about?
I didn't
you
say
were
average age of our
you were with
souls.
me at
I
the
said average age
19
of our birth.
the 1903 World Series. You and I sat next to each other drinking whiskey. I don't know what you're
we did.
talking about.
I think I bought you
Yeah.
a beer at that game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Players are drinking whiskey with y'all while you're doing it.
Well,
Mr.
yeah, we're done. we're just done.
We're
Say
done.
the
And
line.
that
Off
is
here.
it.
Oh, I'll say it.
We have no
You're not gonna
outro.
like
We're
it.
just gonna say that's it.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, and until next time, we'll keep the bench warm. And
Jeez.
when we recorded this, Tom Brady was retired. So if he comes back in the meantime, oh well.
You know, I also heard retired early was Jake Manny, Eric. I just want you to know that.
Oh no, I'll go to his house. I'll sit in his kitchen and just start reading him trivia.
Facebook Live.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Yes!
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at Benchwarmers TP.
Wait a minute, but isn't it? Hold on a second, though. Wait, but I'm actually gonna question that.
You're asking him to define Europe.
Well, no, but that's what we're debating. No, Mason, Canada is not in Europe. No.
I mean, it's a protectorate of England, so you know.